after any play, you know, I would wish I would always have the ball in my hand.
We've got breaking news out of the NFL where Browns quarterback Shedeur Sanders has been named the starter for the remainder of the season.
This 1 week of practice. So imagine, you know, what a full offseason look like. It get dangerous.
Boog night. Shedeur's closest friend turns heads while on a podcast with GBush, and also Andrew Barrett speaks about the direction of the Cleveland Browns football team going forward in 2026. We getting ready to dissect it right here on Sports Talk with B. Watts. Do me a favor. Hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, hype the video, share the video. Simply just join the membership. Anything that you do will be highly appreciated. Let's get this show started. Let's go.
Sanders boys about to go live. I hope y'all ready. We better have some fun. Hey, sons, are y'all ready?
Boog night. One of Shedeur's closest friends was a guest on GBush podcast, the Barbershop podcast, talking about Shedeur Sanders. And when you listen to the conversation, if you haven't had a chance, please go over to the Barbershop podcast featuring GBush as the host and Boog Night as the guest. Interesting podcast. They did a real good job. But I'm going to share a clip with you what Boog said about Shedeur Sanders, about the things that he was dealing with during the draft and during training camp and during the season as the Cleveland Browns quarterback of this past year up under Kevin Stefanski. Listen to some key words what Boog had to say about Shedeur Sanders and everything that he was dealing with. Boog night.
He understands that the love and respect that he's earned from those from his fan base has been earned over years, because the people that are in that boat with him, they've walked some long miles with. They've been with him along the journey. You should go out just stick to what you've always stuck to, Shedeur. Just go out there and just be the best, bro. And before I could finish, he said, I did that already, and you see what happened. He said, I had to dig deeper than just being the best. When I realized being the best was sometimes your best is not good enough for certain people. So he said, so for me, it was those people that you call a cult or whatever, you know what I'm saying, which we know is just his loyal fan base who walk with him. He said, at this point, I'm doing it for them. He said, it's bigger than me. He said, that's why I stuck through what I stuck through, and I fought through what I fought through, and why I'm still, he said, because like I said, I'm good, right? Really, if it's just about me, he said, I had to find something bigger than me at this point. And those people that fight for me every day, he like, man, I'm doing it for them at this point.
That's Boog Night as a guest on GBush podcast, the Barbershop podcast, talking about Shedeur Sanders and everything that he had to deal with during this past season up under Kevin Stefanski leadership as the head coach for the Cleveland Browns. He just said he had to keep pushing, and he kept pushing because of his fan base, the CU aunties, the aunts, everybody that was supporting him. He said he had to keep going on moving forward because of the loyalty of his fan base. That's a big testimony for Shedeur Sanders, because Boog Night said, Shedeur said, man, I'm good. I done everything. What else we need to do? What it done got? Where have it got me? I know I'm the best quarterback in this group right here. But hey, they still got me last on the depth chart. But I'm gonna keep pushing because of you. Because of who is you? You all, his supporters, the CU auntie, the CU aunts, the ones who out there pushing good content about Shedeur Sanders. That's a big testament for Shedeur, and it let you know what type of person he is anyway. Yes, it does. All right. So if you haven't checked out the video, the podcast, that's GBush, the Barbershop podcast. As a guest, he had Boog Night. Go over there and check it out. I just checked it out. Hey, it's a good show. Good show. Excellent show. Good job, fellas. All right, now we're moving forward. Andrew Berry was a guest on the Cleveland.com podcast. Andrew Berry said some key things in this interview, and I want you to hear. I'm telling you, Nathan was the host, and Andrew Berry just laid it out plain and simple, just like I said during my first video. If you haven't checked that out, please go back and check out the first video that I dropped around about 11 o'clock. All right? Listen. Andrew Berry said, hey, I'm treating this season just like when Baker Mayfield was here. I neglect the offensive side to help build the defensive side in my last 5 years. And we all know, if you know football, that the offense of the side need addressing. Well, Andrew Berry just told you like it was. So this year, I'm going to focus on the offensive side of the ball. He said, I'm going to focus on the offensive side of the ball. He said he had a young team back then with Baker Mayfield, and now he got a young team with Shedeur Sanders. Listen closely to the words that Andrew Berry had to say. You take his talking points and try to focus in, and you interpret what he's saying without saying it the best way you can. All right, let's listen to Andrew Berry talk about the Cleveland Browns upcoming season this year. Andrew Berry.
Comparison to maybe where we were coming out of the 2020 season, where in 2020 when we got here, our biggest priority was surrounding, our young quarterback Baker Mayfield at the time with as much as possible to make sure that the offense could get off the ground. Now, we had a very patchwork defense at the time, and going into 21, it was obvious to anyone who had any, two eyes watching football where our investments would be. I think we're in a similar spot here, just with the opposite sides of the ball. So that, question is less candidate specific. Anyone we talked to understood that made the most sense. So there was probably very little time in terms of okay, where are we actually going to invest our resources this offseason?
How much is it in terms of when you collaborate with a coach?
That's the general manager of the Cleveland Browns, Andrew Berry, talking about the Cleveland Browns football team. He know he got a young team, and he's dedicated, along with the head coach, Todd Monken, fixing the staff first, and only staff member is left that I know of is the defensive coordinator. Then they gonna tap in to free agents, and they gonna tap in into the draft, because Andrew Berry said Todd Monken is good about evaluating college players in this upcoming draft. And then they said they know the weakness of this football team, and it's the offensive side of the ball. The offensive side of the ball. They're going to straighten out that offensive line and that wide receiver room. I promise you, the Cleveland Browns will be a better football team this year up under Todd Monken by the leadership of the general manager, Andrew Berry. Now, I don't know about you. He didn't have to tell me that Shedeur Sanders is a starting quarterback. I done listened to Andrew Berry since Shedeur been there. He letting me know, and he done did some things up to this point to show me he believed in Shedeur Sanders. He have did and said some things without drawing the picture, without verbally saying it, that Shedeur is a standard. I know he believed that. It's just a matter of time until Andrew Berry stepped to that mic along with their head coach, Todd Monken, and said Shedeur Sanders is the starting quarterback and the franchise quarterback. Cleveland media can try to twist this thing all they want. That I know they need a storyline, but I'm here to tell you the truth. I know they talked about Deshaun Watson for one day. All right, I get that. Mary Kay started off, right? The agent, Deshaun Watson, contacted Mary Kay. Hey, put this out there. Yeah, we coming. Oh, man, please. They don't believe in Deshaun Watson. He's only there because of that contract. He's not finna be a part of this quarterback situation when it comes down to playing on the field. It's Shedeur Sanders. It's a youth movement for Andrew Berry and the Cleveland Browns. You can take that to the bank. You can take it any way how you want to. I promise you, they locked in on Shedeur Sanders as the starting quarterback. They locked in. They're going to build that foundation, and they're going to put some players on the side of the ball that need help, and that's the offensive side of the ball. That's the offensive side of the ball because they got to take advantage of their defense. Their defense is young, and they got a top 3 defense in the NFL. So they want them to grow together. That's why they got Todd Monken to fix the offensive side of the ball. Todd Monken came in and told you. He said, I'm not finna sugarcoat this thing. I know why I'm here. I'm here to fix the offensive side of the ball and develop a young quarterback, and that's Shedeur Sanders. And that is Shedeur Sanders. So no matter what you hear, no matter what other outlet media-wise say about Shedeur Sanders for as being the starting quarterback or the franchise quarterback, you can take that to the bank, y'all. You can take that bank. You heard it right here on Sports Talk with B. Watts. All right? Once again, thank you for watching Sports Talk with B. Watts. I got a live show tonight. I usually lately don't do a live show on Friday, but I'm doing one tonight. But I won't be able to do now tomorrow night, Saturday night, and Sunday night won't be no live show. So I'll be busy with my family member and my friends. You know, it's Valentine weekend, so hey, it is what it is. I'm gonna do my part to make people happy, all right? But I got a live show tonight at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, all right? 9 o'clock tonight. 9 o'clock tonight. 9 p.m. So come on back and join me, and let's have a good time, all right? Until then, peace.